I got 10 years to fill a stadium, but only 2 minutes to fill your cranium. Humble the poet, signing in.
I'm in LA, and as you can see, I'm in the lily pad, but we renamed it the Chumble Pad. I flew here from Trinidad where I was a special guest host on Marshall Monday, and I love Trinidad. But Trinidad during Carnival? Lord! It's like taking something that's already amazing and dipping it into a jar of wonderful. The energy, the costumes, the booties. Next time I'm booking a one-way ticket. Not only because I never want to leave, but also because every time I try to leave Trinidad, airport security decides to treat me like shit. Back in October when we were in Trinidad for the AT2UI show, which was our biggest, wildest, craziest show on the entire tour. On the way home, I got a little too much attention from security. Even though I got through security with no issue, right before getting on the plane, they decided they need to recheck all my bags all over again. And I'm not going to complain or scream foul about it because I can notice that they had a section designated to recheck certain passengers. And I'm used to being randomly screened. I wish somebody randomly selected me to win the lottery. But this trip, this most recent trip, was a whole new level of fuckery. After spending the whole night at the event and grabbing a quick bite to eat, I arrived at the airport around 7:15 a.m. Since I decided to come to Trinidad last minute, I wasn't on the same flight as Lily and Chase. They got to sleep in and take a flight later in the afternoon. So the airport wasn't very crowded and I was able to check in and get through security all in 15 minutes. So now I'm sitting at the gate because I have to wait over an hour for the plane to actually board. So I'm there playing on my phone, trying my best not to fall asleep. A whole hour goes by and a gentleman walks up to me and says, "Excuse me sir, I'm officer blah blah blah. We found something in your backpack and we would like to recheck it." Mind you, I've been sitting at the gate with my backpack beside me for the last hour. When did they find something? And at this point I have almost been up for about 24 hours, so I have absolutely no chill. I mean, my chill ran out hours ago. I hit my chill quota for the day. I was completely chill depleted, but I still tried to be polite and asked, "What did you find?" He doesn't answer the question and tells me to come with him. I tell him, "Here, take my backpack, look for whatever you're looking for." But he says no, I have to come with him back all the way to security. Now while we're taking this walk from the gate back to the security area, I'm asking him, "If you thought you found something in my backpack an hour ago, why didn't you double check it then?" To which he had no answer. Then I said, "Y'all seriously gonna pick on me because I look like this?" And again, he had no answer. So I get back to security and they rescan my bag and this new officer says to me, "Oh, it must have just been a speaker wire charger." The thing is, I don't have no speaker wire charger. I don't have no speaker charger wire either. I actually have nothing related to a speaker or a speaker charger in my bag. He goes to the first pocket, pulls out a set of headphones and says, "Oh, it must have been this." But then he continues to search. He goes to the second pocket, pulls out my laptop charger and says, "Oh, it must have been this." But then he still continues to search. In the biggest section of my backpack, he pulls out my hard drive and says, "Oh, it must have been this." What is this? I had to tell him it was a hard drive. You know when you're throwing a surprise party for one of your friends and you're the person in charge of keeping them busy and distracted while everybody's setting up the party and you're making up as many bullshit excuses as possible to keep them busy? That's exactly how this guy sounded. Apparently I had 3 different speaker wire chargers in my bag. All 3 different shapes, colors, and sizes. Speaker wire charger. Speaker wire charger. Speaker wire charger. So now my chill is in the negatives, and if I'm already in trouble, I might as well give them a reason. So I proceed to start calling them racist and said they should be ashamed of themselves for picking on me just for the way I look. To which the original officer replied, "Sir, I have no idea what you're talking about." I shook my head, told him to stop speaking to me, and I walked away. Since 9/11, people that look like me have been demonized and scrutinized, especially at airports. And I get it, because apparently I look exactly like the guys who flew the airplanes into the buildings. Plus, I look exactly like the guy who committed the Oklahoma City bombing. And I definitely look like the guy who did the Olympic Park bombing. And the guys who did the Paris attack, well, we look exactly the same. Sound logic, right? So the world has been reduced to such simple thinking that if you see a black guy, you should assume they're all related to Obama. And if you see a priest, you should assume that they're all pedophiles. Because that's the only way it makes complete sense that when people look at me, they think threat. Or even worse, terrorist. After ranting about it on Twitter and getting a couple of hours of sleep, I was over it. Or maybe I'm just really used to it. And I was ready to let it go. But then it dawned on me how often this is happening. This past December, 2 brown guys from Brooklyn were kicked off a flight of American Airlines from Toronto to New York because they made passengers feel uncomfortable. What did they do to make the passengers feel uncomfortable, you ask? Well, my handsome friends, they paid $75 to upgrade their tickets to business class. But only 2 out of the 4 men did it, so that was suspicious. And the airline stewardess actually said having dark skin and a beard didn't help. Now they're suing American Airlines for $9 million, and I hope they win. And I hope they waste that money on sugary candy and temporary tattoos and other dumb things that people can waste money on. And I didn't make this video for y'all to feel sorry for me, nor did I do it to raise awareness. Because if you're watching this video, my handsome friends, you're already an open-minded individual who doesn't judge people based on their looks. You don't need to be made aware of anything, except the power you have to call out this bullshit when you see it, hear it, or experience it. Media makes a lot of money because when we're afraid, we're not thinking clearly. And when we're not thinking clearly, they can sell us some dumb shit. So don't go hoping news outlets like CNN are gonna change their ways and stop profiling people based on the way they look. They're making way too much money doing it right now. But you, my open-minded, handsome friends, have the ability to be a voice. Because every time they pulled me out of a plane to search me again, every time I was told the club is full, even though the people behind me in line were let in, every time somebody yelled a racial slur at me, there were other people present and they didn't say or do anything. And that part hurt me the most. As the late great Dr. Martin Luther King said, in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. This type of racist treatment is also an encouraged form of bullying. And if you stand by silent, you might as well join in on it. Let us not only stand up for ourselves, but for those who may need a little extra support as well. And it doesn't matter if they believe in things that are different than us. It doesn't matter if they love different than us. It doesn't matter if they look different than us, or if they decide that they want to live differently than us. Let's not stand up for them because we have to, but because we want to. Trinidad, I love you with all my heart and my booty. But the security officers at your international airport can kiss my ass. I will be back for Carnival next year and any other time you decide to have me. And if they try to pick on me or anyone else while I'm there, best believe we ain't gonna let that happen without making some noise. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. If you like the way I think and the things I say, please also check out my babies. My books, Unlearn and Beneath the Surface. They are available at humblethepoet.com, Amazon, and anywhere else that sells books online. And please take a family photo while you're at it. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button, which is a bell if you're on mobile, and a gear if you're on the computer. That way you never miss a video. This is a very important video, so please share this with everybody, whether you like them or not. This is an important message and people need to hear it. And you, my handsome friends, have the power to make sure it gets heard. Much love.
Listen, I figured I was missing. I ain't love myself enough to make decisions, girl. It was compliments you fishing for. What I was wishing for, you'll never know. It's not like you ever cared, not like I ever did, to say what's in my head. In life it ain't always fair, curveballs they come when we standing still.
And I didn't wanna write a song,
but I wanna right or wrong, so just learn these words and sing along.